What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 15 of Raw with Roadbloc, filmed at Man O War Harley-Davidson in Lexington, Kentucky. Today we have special guest Keith Newsome in from Rolling Thunder KY5. How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good, bud.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm tore up like a train wreck.
Tore up like a train wreck. All right. So let's just dive in from the beginning, man. Where were you born at? Are you from Kentucky?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
My parents were working in Ohio when I was born.
Okay.
So I was actually born in Ohio, but it was while they were working and then moved back.
So you mean to tell me you're a natural born Buckeye?
I have never said those words in my life.
But you just told us you was born in Ohio.
Right.
Okay, but you're
Right.
you're born in Ohio, but you're Kentucky.
I grew up in a holler in about as far east Kentucky as you can get.
What's that place called? Is it McDowell, Kentucky?
Yeah, but if you live there, it's McDowell.
McDowell, Kentucky.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up over there? What'd you say, as far east as you could go? What's that, almost in Virginia?
Yeah, it was, we're Floyd County, right next to Pike County.
Yeah.
And I literally grew up in the fork of a branch of a holler.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Does the whole family live in the holler?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I grew up with my cousins, and we played in the creek beds and ran in the hills, and that's about all we knew.
Yeah. What? So you elementary, middle, and high school, all through high school and stuff like that.
Yes. Yep.
Nice. So let's see. Anything sticks out as a childhood from McDowell?
Well, literally, we were poor as Job's turkey, but I didn't know it.
You didn't know. You
Yeah,
just living life.
Yeah, we just grew up and we went to school and we played, and
Yeah.
then as an adult looking back, I realized, holy moly.
Holy moly. But you had a good childhood, though.
Yeah,
Right?
wouldn't trade it for anybody's.
Okay. And then, so coming up out of McDowell and stuff, you went to elementary, middle, and high school. And then, what year did you graduate high school from?
Man,
What was it?
Serious?
Yeah, let's do it. Your birthday's what, May 30th, 1964 or something like
Yeah,
that?
buddy. Way
Yeah.
back when bologna was cheap.
Yeah, it ain't cheap now.
No, I graduated in 1982.
1982 is before I was born.
Okay.
That's 40 something years.
You may need to cut this real
Would
quick.
Gets a big stick out. All right, so and you graduated from McDowell, and you went to Moorhead University.
Yeah, actually, I worked for a few years.
Okay, so you took a
I
little
didn't
break.
start college till about 4 years post high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what did you do between your little break in between the high school and college?
I worked, it's called R&S Truck Body.
Okay.
And we built coal truck beds. 'Cause
Okay.
Up in there back then, the coal
That's
business.
all they did.
Yeah, that's all it was coal. You either worked in the coal mines or you didn't.
Yeah. So you built these truck beds and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you have a motorcycle at this time?
No, I had like a little trail bike.
Okay.
But that was it.
So that you had a toy basically, you was riding around and stuff like that.
Yep. Yep.
And then so you built the truck beds. How long did you do that? You said for 4 years for the same company?
I did that about 2 years, and then I worked at different things.
Yeah.
Until I decided, hey, this ain't working.
What was the last straw you was like, all right, I'm gonna need to go to college?
Well, I hated the job for one thing.
Yeah.
And my younger brother was going to college, and he came from the same family. And I'm
Yeah.
like, how in the world are you doing this?
Yeah.
So he explained it to me, and I said, you know what? I need to do that.
Yeah. So you decided to go to college. When you went to college, did you have a career path in mind? Or did you just decide, I'm just going to go to college and whatever
No, I had a path.
Okay.
And it blows a lot of people's minds once they find out.
well, let's
But
lay it on us.
I used to be a school teacher.
A school teacher. I seen one of your Facebook posts earlier that talked about had one of your students.
Yeah.
Now, when you were, that break in between there, did you know that's what you wanted to do? You wanted to be a school teacher, or did you just decide I'm going to college and I want to be a school teacher?
It actually came from necessity.
Okay.
I thought, if I go to college, what do I need to do? And my brother said, I'm going to go into teaching.
That's what your brother done as well?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's like, we get summers off. If it's bad weather, you get a day off.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. So what did you teach?
I taught high school science,
High school science. Now,
mostly biology.
Science was always one of my most favorite
Yeah,
classes.
I love science and art.
Where did you teach? Where did you teach that at?
Wolf County,
Wolf
up in the
County.
Red River Gorge area.
Okay,
there.
yeah, so that's not too
Campton.
far from me. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
where that's at.
Mm-hmm.
And how long did you teach?
Good Lord. Let me think. I taught probably 18 years or so.
Touched a lot of lives.
Thereabout.
18 years.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Is there any students that stand out to you to this day?
Oh yeah, yeah. There are several. It's amazing. You start to realize, in a good and bad way, how
Yeah.
you can influence people of that age.
Yeah.
And I always tried to make their education practical.
Yeah.
I knew everybody wasn't going to grow up and be a scientist,
Right.
but I conveyed to them that the knowledge I'm trying to help you learn will help you.
Yeah.
Because knowledge is power.
So, you shaped a lot of lives as those kids was growing up.
Yeah, it's very humbling.
Yeah.
When I'm out somewhere and a student will come up to me, and whoever I'm with, they'll say, Newsome was my favorite teacher, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm standing there going, really? But,
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you have any contact with any of your old students, or do you see any of those? Like, I know Facebook's a very powerful thing.
Yeah, nowadays it is mostly through Facebook.
Yeah.
And the occasional, random meeting, bumping into someone and hearing my name and turning and seeing someone.
Mr. Newsome, Mr.
yeah.
Newsome.
Yeah, it's wild. It is.
Do you get to go to any to the reunions, like high school reunions and stuff?
I actually haven't done that. I probably should.
Yeah.
I probably should. I'm a very forward person.
Yeah.
I rarely look back.
Yeah, you're always moving forward.
I'm always moving forward.
Like to travel.
Yeah, I love to travel.
Yeah. Where was we at there, Ted?
Students,
Keith,
teaching.
Ted said Ted. Yeah, students and teaching and stuff, and how Facebook was a powerful.
Oh yes.
Called you Ted, looking like Ted Nugent over
Ted
there,
Nugent.
rock star. Speaking about rock star, you're in a band.
Yeah.
The Slick Floors, right?
Yep.
Is this like, was the Slick Floors your first band, or?
Oh goodness, no.
Okay, where did it all begin? Was you in a band in school?
Yeah.
Okay, so like high school, right?
Yeah, I was part of a band, and just off and on through the years, have been in and out of bands.
Yeah,
It's something I love.
And so I think you lead singer. Do you play
Yeah.
you play instruments and stuff as well?
No. All I do is
Vocals.
try to sing.
Try to sing. I do that too in the shower, on my way into work and stuff like that.
That's about the level I'm at.
Yeah, I might do karaoke from time to time. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
So the Slick Floors, you guys just played a festival over in where was that? Ravenna. Yeah, the American Legion had a rally on the river.
Yeah, the riders over there.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. I watched some of those videos and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that a good turnout over there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Nice.
good time. We had a good time there.
Yeah. So how long have you been with the Slick Floors now?
Oh, a little over 2 years.
A little over 2 years, so it's still kind of new.
Yeah, that band, the band has been around a long time.
Okay, so you slid in there and
They-
did some
yeah.
vocals, matched up real
They
well.
actually had, as I understand it, 2 vocalists, which for me is kind of odd, but whatever. And both of those ended up exiting for their reasons. And one of the guys in the band is actually from Floyd County,
Okay.
where I'm from, and I knew him during the post-high school band situation.
Yeah,
And he said, I know a guy, if you want to bring him in and audition him.
yeah.
And so I did, and we went from there.
You guys, you play in any bars and stuff
Yeah.
like that, just hanging out around, local stuff.
Yeah.
Have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, it's a good time. I love music in general. I love to go to live performances.
Oh, I love live music.
There's
Yeah,
nothing like live music.
get out on a Saturday night or something and go hang out. And I don't even sometimes I'm not even gonna say I don't drink because I do drink, but I drink very little. And when I do go out, I might have a drink or something. I might smoke something, but I'll hang out and I'll watch some music, and it just sets the vibe. It's a lot better than just going to a bar and watching a ball game or something like that. You know, people are out there dancing and moving and stuff like, and you know, it's pretty nice to just go out.
There's an energy,
yeah,
to any live performance. I realized years ago, even something as simple as a play production has a vibe and an energy above watching a movie or on something on TV.
Yeah.
And so music is exponentially more vibrant when it's live.
Yeah,
I love it.
You know, the people playing, you know, the different instruments coming together, and, you know, and all the different sounds coming together to just make one beautiful.
And that is, being a part of that presentation is another level.
Yeah.
It's an incredible feeling.
Yeah. Live music, and just like you said, even plays and stuff. You could watch a movie and then you could watch a play. It's just, there's just so much more to it.
Yeah. Just a different energy, and to me, more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Much more.
Yeah. So you sing. You hadn't ever, you know, tried to play any instruments or anything?
No. Very early on, I tried to play guitar.
Yeah.
And you know, I can play some first position chords, you know, but my passion is the singing. And I practice my craft as much as anyone who has an instrument. My vocals are my instrument. That's how I see it.
Does Rebecca come through the house yelling, "Shut up"? Hear you singing in the shower in the morning when you get up and stuff?
Usually I try to spare her from any of that stuff.
Long road trips and stuff.
Oh yeah. I actually do, believe it or not, I do a lot of singing on my motorcycle.
I do too. I get in my helmet and I sing right along.
I'll go through set lists that are coming up, and I'll go through all the lyrics, and yeah.
So speaking of motorcycle, you sent me over some pictures there. They were of motorcycles on playing cards.
Yeah.
I think you said you collected those when you were 8 or 9 or so.
Yeah, those came out in the early 70s.
Early 70s. Now, was that like a national playing card, or is that just like a playing card that, you know, you got like in a bubble gum?
Yes.
Okay.
That's exactly, just like you buy baseball cards and basketball. It was, you could buy these chopper or these custom motorcycle cards in a wax wrapper with a piece of gum.
Yeah. And then how long did you pack those around before you decided you just absolutely had to have a motorcycle?
Well, you know, it went along with, while I was growing up, there was this individual who captured all of us.
Okay.
His name was Evel Knievel.
Evel Knievel.
And the Wild World of Sports and those old TV programs on the 3 channels you got.
Were they color?
Yes. They sent the pictures through smoke signals back then. But, you know, he captured my imagination too.
So Evel Knievel is your to thank for making you want a motorcycle.
Oh my God, yes. Looking at those cool choppers.
Yeah.
That style of bike, and then watching what he did on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And he had the red, white, and blue. And I can't help myself. I absolutely love the American flag, and I love the colors red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
And even as a child, watching Evel Knievel was just otherworldly.
He had that big white leather suit on with the stars and stripes on it and stuff.
And was just the toughest individual. You're like, oh my God.
Broken every bone in his body twice.
Yes. And so I was intrigued. And then also when I was young, I checked out a book from the library at school.
Was it an Evel Knievel book?
No. It was about this place in some other world called Pikes Peak.
Okay, yeah, I've seen some stuff about Pikes Peak.
And they were racing. And so that intrigued me. And I have actually had the thrill of checking that off of my bucket list. And I have ridden my motorcycle to the top of Pikes Peak.
The one you bought here?
Yes.
Was it August 19th, 2006?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah, with zero, well, it's probably around 7 miles on it.
Probably 6 to 7 miles.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
And you rode that bike to Pikes Peak?
Yes, sir.
I seen a lot of those photos on your Facebook page. You've been to a lot of places like Jackson Hole, Wyoming, the Trentons. The Trentons look beautiful. I've seen those pictures.
The Tetons.
Yeah,
yes.
Tetons. Yeah, the Tetons.
Oh my gosh.
That's you've been everywhere on that thing. How many miles it got on it?
182,000.
And what kind of bike is it?
It's a Softail Custom FX STC
That you bought right here at Man O War.
Yes.
Shortly after they opened in 2006.
Yep. Absolutely, I sure did.
Bought it here, had it serviced here, and had it all the way across the United States twice.
Yeah, and knock on wood, this wood. I usually knock on this.
Some of that white oak, that whiskey barrel.
I put a stator in it.
Yeah,
around 65,000, and that's been it.
You just regular maintenance on this bike.
Regular maintenance. I run the full synthetic, and try to keep it between 5,000 and 6,000, and when I got to 100,000, I started changing all 3 holes.
Yeah, every time
instead of the every other.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Congestion.
It is that time of year.
Yeah.
180,000 miles on a Dyna.
Nope.
What is it? Softail Custom. Yes. 180,000 miles on a Softail Custom.
Yes, sir.
That is a lot of miles. What would you say is your most memorable trip on that bike that you've had?
Wow.
And it's going to be hard to top because you got a lot of pictures on there. You've been all over the place on this thing.
Yeah.
Sturgis numerous times.
This year was my 10th year riding that bike out to Sturgis.
With Rebecca.
It's my eighth year.
Eighth year with her. Right.
Yep. And I'll probably say that our first year going out was magical for me to take her out there.
Tell us a little bit about that.
That was the furthest away she had ever been.
Yeah.
And she had dreamed of and wanted to go.
Okay.
And so we loaded those 2 bikes up. We looked like the Beverly Hillbillies. And God bless her heart, she tells the tale of the clothes that woman packed. Well,
how long did you guys stay out there?
The entire trip was about 3 weeks.
3 weeks. Well, I could imagine,
Yeah, we did over 6,000 miles on that trip.
My woman packs for a 2-day trip, three suitcases, so I couldn't imagine.
Yes. There were 20 or 30 shirts. There were 10 or 12 pants and shorts and boots and shoes, and it just went on and on.
And you had your backpack ready to go.
Yeah. And she, of course, through the years, then the next year she was like, oh my God.
A little bit less.
Yeah, a little less. And then the next year, I didn't even need that much, and that's how you learn.
Yeah.
Experience.
We'll swing by the laundromat and wash an outfit.
Exactly. We're going to buy a few shirts.
Yeah.
Heck, I'll take 2 shirts.
Yeah.
I'll come back with 12. So, yeah.
What so that first year, you guys' first year. So also seen on there one of those years you was headed out west. You had a little accident.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I had
involved a tractor
at that point over 30 years.
Yeah.
And had no incidents.
So 30. You've been riding a motorcycle up until this point.
Over 35 years.
Up to 30 years or so.
Yeah.
Never had an accident. Never laid it down. Never hit a soft gravel.
And I had 2 wrecks in less than 2 weeks.
It messed you up pretty good.
Yeah.
The tractor did, right?
Yeah. The first one was actually out here on, it was raining, and I came off of the ramp there at New Circle at Paul Miller. Get up on 60.
Yeah.
Ass in, jumped out.
You slid right out and slid.
And I busted my elbow, broke the bone in my elbow, and then had to get the bike repaired.
Yeah.
And we were leaving. This was in July.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, this bike has to be fixed by August the 3rd or whatever, the 1st. And they said, well, that's impossible. I said, well, I'm riding this bitch to Sturgis.
It's going to Sturgis again this year one way or another.
They said, well, let's compromise. It can't be as pretty as you like it, but we can get it mechanically sound.
Yeah.
Do it. I picked it up, was going home, preparing to start packing for the trip out west. This was 2017.
Yeah.
And about 3 miles from home, on a little country road, I popped over this hill. There's a tractor chugging along with a hay spear sticking on the back of it.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Everybody that rides knows you don't stop a bike like a car. So in a fraction of a second, I had to decide. Road was clear.
Yeah.
So I said, I need to go.
Yeah.
So I hammered down, and he turned left in front of me, and I T-boned that tractor.
Oh, man.
So I now have 2 plates, 4 screws, and a Kevlar cage in my neck because I broke my neck.
Daggone bionic man over there.
Fractured my knee, broke my neck, spinal cord injury, brainstem injury. That's how I can open my left hand now.
Well, and I think you said that, the doctor even come to you and said, he didn't even know how you was walking. You broke the bottom of your brainstem and stuff.
He on a follow-up, he literally made my blood run cold. You hear people say that.
Yeah.
I'm getting chills remembering it. He looked at me and said, "You are my walking miracle."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. It's words. And he said, you don't know how close you came to not being here. And I said, yeah, Doc, I'm pretty lucky.
Yeah.
And he stopped me and he said, no. He said, I'm telling you, you'll never understand. He said, millimeters. Because the bone drove into my spinal cord.
Mm.
And so it damaged the nerves going down to my hands, and they're still hypersensitized.
Yeah.
And he said, I was in there doing the surgery. He said, it's a miracle that you're alive. And it just shut me down. It made my blood run cold.
Not only alive, but up and walking and functioning.
Now, they say, if you're going to be stupid, you got to be tough. Well, I'm pretty tough.
Proved to be pretty tough over the years anyway.
4 weeks to the day, my knee was still in a stabilizer. I had a broken neck. At that point, I was still in rehab.
Okay.
And could not fully use my left hand, especially.
Okay.
I borrowed a motorcycle, rode it to Bowling Green to the Harley Race.
Oh, man.
So a lot of people had a strong opinion about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, it is what it is. I love riding, and I'm going to ride.
Let's talk a little bit about transitioning from a major life-changing accident like that, where you almost lost your life, over to actually getting back on a motorcycle and riding. Like when you borrowed that bike, how was you feeling like the first time that you got back on a motorcycle almost after losing your life?
A person or myself, I'll say, would be lying if I didn't say I was nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rock.
A lot of anxiety, PTSD and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And excuse me, to work the clutch.
Yeah.
My hand would not squeeze.
Okay.
So I hooked my fingers
Had to
and
pull
pulled
it
my
back.
shoulder back.
Mm.
And just for years feeling that you're in control. Then you're on a motorcycle and you're sweeping through a curve and you're like, oh, this is...
A pea gravel is all it takes.
I'm not in the control that I always thought I was. And
Right.
it changes the way I ride now.
So,
even.
you double. So did you double guess yourself a little bit more?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Are you still fully comfortable nowadays? Like
Yes.
if you go to pass a tractor or something like that, do you know what I'm saying? You're out on that back road. Do you?
Every time I see a tractor,
Yeah.
I think of that.
Yeah.
But I don't have anxiety.
Yeah.
I enjoy riding. I've put about 120,000 miles on that bike since I totaled it.
So you had around, like you said, around 60,000 miles on when you had
it
an
was
accident.
60 something when I had the accident. Yep. And fortunately for me, they totaled the bike,
Yeah.
but the person who totaled it didn't really know what they were doing, I don't think.
Yeah.
Because there was no frame damage.
It was just all
the foot peg stalk was bent up.
okay.
Well, it excuse me, I'm sorry. It from the top looks like it's all one piece, but it's bolted to the frame.
It's bolted to the frame.
So
Yeah.
I just, I had a hassle getting it back because you can, at least in Kentucky, you can't purchase a motorcycle back like you can a car or truck.
Huh.
It has to go to public auction.
That's crazy.
So I had to buy my bike back at auction.
So you There you are fighting for your baby's life.
And some dude
Everybody back up.
Exactly. And here's the thing. I said, okay, where's it going to be? It'll be in Ashland, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Okay, what day will it be? Because I want to be there. Oh, motorcycles are on this day, and we don't have people there on that day. You have to do it online. And I said, I have to be, yeah. And if you want to bid online, it's going to cost you $200.
$200 extra just to...
So I paid $200 for the right to bid on my bike.
Yeah.
And during the bidding, some dude from New York thought he was going to get it.
That sucker.
I was like,
dude, Yankees.
You have no clue how slim the chance is of you ever owning my motorcycle.
you was going to bid to the death, huh?
So I got it.
What'd you end up paying back for it?
I believe it was over $2,000.
Okay. Were you happy with that, or
yes,
you kind of used?
I was happy, but if he would have minded his own damn business,
it'd been a lot cheaper.
I probably would have got it for $1,500. But anyway, so then I go to pick it up, and I borrow a truck and a trailer, and I drive to Ashland to pick it up.
Yeah.
They took my check for the amount, and then told me there was an additional $600 and some odd dollars for transportation, for auction fee, for storage. They just piled up all this bullshit.
Fee.
So I paid over $800 on top
of the 2Gs.
Of the bid.
Okay.
To get my bike back.
That was your bike.
That's my bike.
Yeah.
And it'll be my bike on the day I die.
Be lucky they don't bury you with it, huh?
I'm telling you, that's my bike. And people say, well, what are you going to do? You know, nothing lasts forever. That engine can't last forever. And I realize that.
It can if you take care of it. You just rebuild it and rebuild it.
It'll either get rebuilt or the bike will get a heart transplant.
Yeah.
But that's my bike.
You got a lot of special memories on that.
God, I mean, like you said, the places, I've been to Key West on that bike.
Yeah.
I've been to Myrtle Beach bike rally several times. This year was the 10th year to go out to the Black Hills rally, and and many other places in between and around. I've ridden that bike in going to the Sun Road.
Where's that at?
Glacier National Park.
That's in Alaska, right?
No,
wow.
That's up in Montana.
Montana, okay.
And it, I rode it twice because it was so magical.
Yeah.
And as a young person, I had a dream of riding a motorcycle to Key West.
You've done that, so
I've done that. Obviously, the Black Hills.
Yeah.
And I've done that. And the other big one I have not done yet is since I was a teenager, I've wanted to ride a motorcycle down north to south the Pacific Coast Highway in California.
That'd be pretty nice. That way you're on the right-hand side.
Exactly.
You can see over.
And I would like to do that, but I will say this.
When are you going to do that?
It needs to be the next couple of years. But I will say this. If I never get to do that, I will not be dissatisfied because I have ridden in places I never knew existed before I thought of that.
Yeah.
That certainly fills any gaps. I have. And to get to ride with Rebecca,
I've seen a bunch of pictures of you guys together all over the place.
It's magical. And as a youngin' growing up and being a typical Southern hillbilly and up in the sticks, man, I never was into female riders.
Yeah.
I was like, come on,
stay
in your lane. Typical. But she's the love of my life, but she can ride.
Did she have prior motorcycle history before you guys got together? Okay.
Yes.
How'd you guys meet?
Going to Little Sturgis.
Sturgis. I've been there. That place gets pretty wild.
That's Sodom and Gomorrah. But she can tell the tale so much better than me. But, we had stopped at a gas station.
Yeah.
I was sitting there eating chicken nuggets.
Eat chicken nuggets
outside
at a
table. And her friends come rolling in. And she just walked right up. Said, I bet I know where you're going. And we started talking. And
Does she know you as a rock star at this point?
I'm going to tell you what. About the second or third thing out of her mouth, she just walked up. I bet I know who you're going. Yeah, yeah. We go every year. Yeah, we do too. And she stopped and she said, God, you have gorgeous eyes. And I thought,
I'm gonna see her later.
I think this could be a good weekend.
Yeah.
And that weekend is still going on.
Did you run into her, or did you guys make plans to meet up later on at the rally, or what?
You know what's wild? We actually rode together.
Yeah, on in.
And she had been going for years, and I had been going for years.
Yeah.
And we were camping, 20 yards from each other across a road.
Huh.
We were back in what they call the Black Loop section. Yeah. They have the sections, named by colors.
Yeah.
And we were in the black section. And she was camping right across the way from me. I had just never seen her.
Never seen her.
And it was wild, and it was just meant to be. It was kismet. And back to the female rider thing. A lot of women ride motorcycles these days.
Yeah.
A lot of women are pretty good at it. Rebecca is a rider.
Yeah.
Just have to take a trip with her and you'll see.
Been doing it for a long time. She rides with Rolling Thunder as well too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You both guys, and then she was out here on. We had some biker games not too long ago. She was doing that.
Yeah.
And then you said she did some. What was the biker at the rally? She did the biker games on your bike.
Yeah, she did that. What was that? That was down in Stanford. They had some kind of a car show.
Yeah.
Bike show rally / thing, street thing, and she hopped on my bike and did some of the games. Yeah, she's a brave soul.
Yeah. How long y'all been together? You said 8 years now.
2016. Yeah, it was before my wreck.
She knew what she was doing when she walked up.
Oh yeah, yeah. She knew what she was doing. But yeah, like I say, I had when we met, I probably had about 60,000 on my bike.
Okay, so when you guys met? So that was that before? So that was right before you guys met. How long before your major accident? Is what I'm trying to say.
Less than a year.
Less than a year.
Well, now wait a minute. No, I'll retract that. It was barely over a year.
Okay.
We met in July of 16,
yeah.
And I wrecked August the 1st of 17.
How dare you scare the hell out of her?
Yeah.
After a year.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. And she came to me every day.
Yeah.
That I was in the hospital and then in Cardinal Hill.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we share that passion, that lust for adventure. And we ride. I mean, we enjoy local rides.
Yeah.
She's so good at finding interesting places.
Now, when you say local, how local we talking? We talking like Kentucky? We talking 45 minutes out? We talking? Yeah. Let's. What are you doing today? I don't know. Let's go ride somewhere.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we have some favorite loops. We like to ride the back roads down to Cumberland Falls.
Yeah.
And ride the rattlesnake. They call it there.
Rattlesnake's nice. It's a nice. It's a curving. It's not too far from here.
No,
you swing by Laurel Lake and stuff like that.
Our first trip, her first, not mine, but her first adventure on the tail of the dragon.
Okay,
was in the rain.
Oh no!
It rained on us. But yeah, we enjoy riding and. As much as we enjoy riding motorcycles, we also enjoy adventure.
Yeah.
Experiencing things we've never seen before. And that sort of, it goes hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? You're getting to ride your bike.
Yeah.
And you're getting to experience something, whether it's geologic, or man-made.
I like caves.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like caves and dams. That's one of my two favorite things.
Yeah.
And those are always easy to stop. And caves are nice because if it's out in the summertime, they're always like 50-something degrees down there, nice and cool off.
Yeah, buddy.
And then the dams and stuff, those are cool. You get a nice breeze off of them and stuff. So it's pretty cool.
And we also do a lot of camping.
I seen that another one of your posts. I like to, I usually keep a cooler, a tent, a sleeping bag, and a hammock and stuff. And like if I want to go somewhere, I'd probably just take off and go for 3 or 4 days. And camping is when you can pull off on the side of the road somewhere. If you can get off the road enough, you can string a hammock up and you can camp out and stuff. It's just nothing like it. It's just so free.
It does. It adds to the adventure. We have camped out in Glacier National Park. We've camped out in the Tetons. We've camped in national forests all out west. When we go to the rally, we usually camp in a camp. We pitch a tent, and then that's home base.
Yeah, and
we get out and ride. We have ridden as much as 1,000 miles after we pitched our tent.
Oh wow!
In Sturgis.
So that who needs a big, nice, fancy hotel?
Yeah.
When you're just going to be out adventuring all that time, you just need somewhere to crash and lay down. And
not to put anyone down, because you do you. I'm sure going to do me.
Yeah.
But my brain doesn't comprehend the thrill of loading a bike onto something.
Yeah.
Driving it out there, and then camping in a camper beside other people's campers. I'm not being negative towards it. I'm saying that's not for me.
Yeah.
I like to pitch a tent out somewhere and enjoy that aspect of life.
I like that. Get out and ride and camp out every now and then. Yeah. But I'm telling you what, sometime maybe on the third night or so, I might get a hotel.
Well, now, don't get me wrong. Yeah. We split it like on the way out. Yeah. So it's 1,100 miles out. And we will usually stay a night or two in a hotel.
Yeah.
But when we get to our destinations,
that's you're camping out, hanging out.
And then usually our trips are not out and back.
Yeah.
Our trips are between 4,500 and 6,000 miles every year.
That's
because we do big loops, and we go to other states and take in, again, things and adventures. And we'll camp out, just in random places, or in a national forest or a campground. We camped all over.
You ever run into any wildlife while you're camping out?
Absolutely.
In the campsite, I know you'll see buffalo and stuff like that, out in that area. But like, you ever woke up to a wild horse eating at your tent or
one
anything?
Night? Now let me try to remember where we were. It's a famous national forest somewhere. I apologize, but we were camping, and it's up in the night, and we're sleeping, and I get this punch in my rib. Keith, there's something outside. Okay, no, I'm serious. There's something outside right here. And bless her heart, she's always hearing things.
Yeah.
What was that? Well, it's an acorn falling, hitting the tent.
Yeah.
Something's trying to get in. No, it's not. So to me, it was another one of those. And she said, "I'm telling you, there's something." Well, about that time, I hear a sound. This snorts, and we get up and unzip the window.
Yeah.
And there's a moose.
A moose
right there chomping on a
cow.
bush. I mean, you could have reached out and touched him.
And moose are big.
They're huge.
They're huge. Was it a bull or a cow?
No, it was a cow.
That's still such a big animal.
You
look out of the tent. What is that smell, Keith?
Yeah. One year we were camping in Yellowstone, and you can talk to many people who know me. I am notorious for losing my phone. I will lose my phone. Before anything happens, I'll lose my phone. So we're camping. We had went to a location like where there was a restaurant and eat, and got back to the campsite, and it was dark. It was happening, and I'm fumbling around. I'm like, shit, I don't have my phone. I've lost my phone. And of course, she's like, what? again. So she hops on the back of my bike so that she can spot.
Yeah.
And we go riding down the road, trying to backtrack. We went to every building, every room, every restroom, every store, everything we've been to. It's now
Just
totally
backtracked it.
dark.
Yeah.
It wasn't anywhere to be found.
It was in your saddlebag.
No. So we're leaving, and the road was gravel and dirt. And I get behind a car, and something reflects off the road. This car goes by, and it hit me. I said, "Holy shit, that's my phone." Guarantee it. And he's going to run over it.
Yeah.
But he didn't run over it. And I pulled up, and there laid my phone. And I had then recalled, as we were leaving, hearing this thump, this little thumping noise. Yeah. And a lot of the pictures you see that I post, I take those riding one-handed with my phone.
Yeah.
That's how I take them. So I'm always cramming it between my legs or whatever, and it's falling out all the time. So anyway, we get it. Point to the story is we're going back to the campsite, and all of a sudden there are these two elk, and you have no idea how big those things are till you're that close.
Yeah, on a motorcycle.
On a motorcycle.
Exposed.
And thank you. She has pure childlike wonder in her eyes.
Yeah, and you're like, oh crap,
and I'm sitting there going, oh no.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
Get closer, get closer. I said, honey, do you not understand that those things don't even need to be aggressive?
They just need
to be where you are.
Yeah.
And it can change your life.
Yeah.
So we got through those. And then I think the first year we went out west, we went through what's called the Custer Loop.
Yeah.
And there are herds of buffalo out there.
I've got a buffalo story.
Oh, great. Well, she wanted to see buffalo.
Yeah.
And we're riding through the loop. Well, I can't create buffalo.
Yeah.
But I'm like, please let her see a buffalo. Oh, my God. Well, we were almost through the loop. And we come around this little winding part of the road. And down over in the wash, over in the creek, was a buffalo. And I was like, oh, cool. And I pull on up to be off of the road and go on around the curve a little. And I look in the road, and there's the whole herd.
Oh, no.
So I get her attention, and we roll up as far as we can and stop. And they're everywhere. And one walked right by my bike down in the ditch. And I'm sitting there.
Froze,
thinking, this is cool? Yeah? Is it?
Yeah,
this is
maybe.
Cool. I'm wanting it to be cool, but I'm scared. And then there was this big bull, and he was in charge of everything. And I'm telling you, brother, he came down the road, and he was every bit as big as this full-size Chevy that was sitting there.
Oh, man.
It was unreal.
People see him like, oh, that's a buffalo. And then when you're on a motorcycle and you see it, you're like, oh, that's a buffalo.
Yeah, it's a buffalo.
So I went out to the Badlands this past year, and I was like, man, I hope I see a buffalo. I hope I see something. And I was like, man, there's prairie dogs all over the place. And I get going, and I pop around this curve. I was like, why is this car stopped right in the middle of this curve? I was like, he's an idiot. He needs to go on. And I pop around this curve, and when I come around the curve, he's off the edge of the road a little bit. And I pop around the curve, and this buffalo's standing right beside the edge of the road. And I come around the curve, and I look over, and he looks at me. And I'm like, oh, man. You don't realize how big those things are until you're right up on them.
Massive.
And then, like I said, you're exposed on a motorcycle. It's making loud, angry noises, So, like, I pull in the clutch, and I just kind of coast by him, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and, we just kind of go on about our business. But, man, it's wild when you roll up on one of those things.
We came up on one somewhere else, and he was literally laying in a dry ditch beside the road.
Wallering.
That's what he was doing. And she wanted pictures, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And she's getting them. And I'm like, when he turns and looks at you, he's kind of sending a message, in my opinion.
Leave me alone.
And you don't, like you said, you don't realize how big they are, nor how intimidating that is until you're exposed on that motorcycle, and you realize, I've got nothing. I can do nothing. It's
Better
all
outmaneuver
up to him. Yeah, we've had some cool and wild adventures. We, good Lord, we were on a road Lord, of course I don't remember. She knows all the names of the places. This road for many, many, many miles became this little tiny black ribbon in the middle of nowhere. There were no telephone poles, houses. There was nothing except this little road going through the plains. And it went on and on and on. And it was cool. And then it was okay. And then it was all right.
Then it was dirt.
And then it's getting dark. And you're like, okay, now listen, we got to get somewhere. And then the wildlife comes out, and you're seeing the what they call them, the longhorn prawns and
the goats and stuff like that.
All the different, and they're hopping around, and I'm like, this can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Because the moose and the elk.
Yeah.
And so finally, about really dark, we rolled into this little town, and we still had 60 miles to go to our destination.
Oh man, no stoplights or stop signs. It's just a town.
Those people told us, they said, no, you're done.
Yeah.
Because we were on a reservation.
Yeah.
And they said, you will be into a moose before you see it. They're so tall.
Yeah.
And they said, we really suggest you don't go any further tonight.
Yeah.
So we hold up there,
Did you camp out or
no,
find a little inn or something?
Yep,
okay.
We grabbed a room there.
And then, and like when you're out at places like that, there are no Holiday Inn Expresses. Right. There are no. These are mom and pop hotels and motels and stuff that are family owned and operated.
And that's a very good point.
And dated.
And part of the appeal is the further west you go, at least out in the middle of the West.
Yeah.
The population isn't like it is here.
Yeah.
You can't get in your vehicle and drive 2 minutes and go to a McDonald's.
Right.
Or anything. Because there's nothing out there.
Right.
And it is many, many, many miles between places. And that's part of the appeal. But you realize when you're out there, I better pack me a sandwich or something.
Yeah, I take a cooler with me everywhere I go.
Yeah, we usually in one of her saddlebags will have like bags of mixed nuts and granola bars and just drinks, waters.
Listen, Keith, I'm a pack of small propane grill and a pack of hot dogs kind of guy.
There you go. Heck yeah.
Maybe some spam, maybe fried spam sandwich or something.
Good. Now you're making me hungry.
Yeah.
Fried spam.
It's a good one. So, you've been on a lot of adventures and stuff. You're with a motorcycle club, or not a motorcycle club. You're with a club, the Rolling Thunder. That takes you on a lot of adventures too. I've seen you've been into DC and some places like that.
Yeah. Rolling Thunder is a 38-year nonprofit organization whose mission is to publicize and educate about the prisoner of war and missing in action situation.
Yeah. Most
people are unaware. There are over 80,000 Americans still unaccounted for from previous wars. Think about that.
Yeah.
1,295 Kentuckians.
That's what's left.
Still missing in action.
1,295.
Just in Kentucky. And then you will see many of us on our vests. I have dog tags with white silencers. And each one of those represents each of the 14 Kentucky Vietnam MIAs, just from Vietnam.
Yeah.
And
we just had a service out here not too long ago, right?
Yeah. Yes. That was on the POW MIA Recognition Day in September.
Yeah.
And we appreciate the partnership that our chapter has with this dealership. You guys are patriots. You believe in what we believe in. You folks have been so welcoming and helpful to us. And everywhere I go, I tell people, listen, the folks at Man O War, and I mean this, they are all about it. They are all about what we represent. And again, our mission is to hold the government accountable and not let the public forget. And there's a quote, we didn't write it, we have adopted it. And I believe in it firmly. And our chapter uses it as a motto. And it is, they say a person dies twice. The first time is when you draw your last breath. The second death occurs when your name is said out loud for the last time. So many of the things we do, we say names. We say their names. And the Wreaths Across America event is coming up.
Yeah.
And we will be escorting the trucks in. And then we also raise money. We did a ride out of here. You guys helped us do a ride out of here to raise money for wreaths.
Are you guys doing that again this year?
Yes.
When is that?
Oh my God!
Is it in December?
It is December.
All right, Rue, we're gonna figure that date up. We'll put that up in here somewhere. Also, a link. You guys are taking donations for those wreaths as well. Rue will put a link up somewhere in this video for that link where you guys can donate.
Yeah, and we go out, and I invite anyone here who can, and anyone listening, to come out and be a part of that, because the official day when you lay the wreaths, there's a particular manner that you lay the wreath.
Okay. And
part of the ceremony is when you lay the wreath, you step back and you render your salute. If you're military, it's a military salute. If you're civilian, stand over your heart, and you say that person's name. John Doe.
Yeah.
You are not forgotten.
And you guys are doing this how many times? There's every single grave out of Camp Nelson, right?
That is the goal.
Yeah.
It's always the goal. You never know how many you're going to purchase. And Camp Nelson is growing like, they keep expanding. And so there are, goodness gracious, I forget the number now. No, 12, 13, 14,000.
It's a lot of graves.
And it's hard to get them all covered.
Yeah.
And so we have gotten involved with trying to purchase wreaths to help cover them. And then we always are a part of the ceremony.
Yeah.
And so, I would encourage people to donate a wreath. It's easy. Once you get the link, you can donate it in a loved one's name.
Yeah.
And it's, but we do a lot of things. We, one of the big things we do is when an individual is identified,
you get to bring them home.
We bring them home to Kentucky. And we've done some out of state as well, but we go to the airport and escort them home. And that is an emotion that's hard to describe.
So you get to see, you're bringing this body home, and you get to see individuals, they're lining the overpasses.
That, and thank you for bringing that up. That part gets me hard, and I can be pretty emotional, unfortunately for me, and that is one of the triggers when you go through. And it seems the smaller the town, the more you see, and you'll see children and city workers and beauticians and restaurant workers and everybody coming out and lining, and they'll hang flags over overpasses, and the first responders are involved, and it reinvigorates your faith in humanity and in patriotism. And you realize, get off social media, get out of the TV.
Yeah.
They have an agenda. But if you get out, same thing with traveling, you get out and meet people and talk to just random people, you realize most people think the way I do.
Most people.
Yeah. In other words, that patriotism is important, and the people who sacrificed need to not be forgotten or unappreciated. And so being a part of Rolling Thunder, although it is seen as giving, I get.
Yeah.
It gives me emotion that I need. And I've always been very patriotic, and it allows me to express that openly and in a very productive way.
Yeah. Not only do you guys get to see these soldiers' homes and stuff, you guys go out and you replace flags for elderly people and service members that wouldn't otherwise be able to
Yes.
get out and do that on their own. I think I've seen some videos and stuff of that.
Yes.
You go to
We
school functions. And,
we have in Nicholasville Charles Ross, who is a former prisoner of war from Korea. He spent almost 3 years
As
in
a
a prison
prisoner?
camp. Yes. And I consider him a friend now, which is mind-boggling to me because I'm not the gum on the sole of his shoe. But we go visit. Rolling Thunder visits.
Yeah.
Rebecca and I are friends with the family now, and we just go visit as Keith and Rebecca.
yeah.
And his story is he's in a week or two, early December, he will be 97.
I think we need him on the podcast.
Oh my goodness. And to talk to this man who is humble and kind,
Yeah.
there's no bitterness,
97?
and he can relay to you, and does, details, insane details, people's names, regiment numbers, battalion numbers,
That's
dates, locations, just conversationally. Well, it was October the 17th, and it was about 3:30 in the day when Sergeant Major so-and-so came up and told the third this, that, and you're like, holy cow, I can't remember where I parked.
Right. What did I eat for lunch yesterday?
Yeah, he's amazing on so many levels. But we have adopted him. The chapter has adopted him, and Rebecca and I have personally. But our chapter maintains his flags and installed flags for him. You mentioned that, and we do flag raisings at anywhere that will let us.
Yeah, we actually have you out here once or twice a year to do stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you did the Veterans Day thing at what school was that? You guys just had that at?
Let's see.
A Christian Academy.
The most recent one, was Lakeside Christian Academy out in Moorhead.
Yeah,
and they wanted us to be a part of their Veterans Day program, and then we also have an education program, and it's been difficult for me to try to get into Lexington schools, but I'm still trying.
Yeah.
And we go and do a presentation about the prisoners of war and missing in action and the flag and the students and the staff at the places we do get to do this, they're blown away and absolutely enjoy it.
You've actually got some junior members, I think is what it's called, right? So you guys, not only is it, older people, you guys are teaching the youth about the prisoners of war.
That's exactly right. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, we have a strong junior membership, and they're very active, and they raise funds, and they do activities and partake in our activities. And we just think it's important. The next generation has to know. They're not teaching this in school like they should be. And so that's one of the reasons for our education program and the reason for the junior members.
Where can you find information about this stuff? Is there a website or anything?
Yeah, you can go to our website. We have a Facebook page, of course, Rolling Thunder Chapter 5, and we have a website that I don't have memorized, but I can get it.
Rue will put that up on there for us. She'll find that information.
I know it's a .org.
.org. Rue will put all that information up for us.
Yeah,
on there.
we have it went slack for a little while, but we now have Rebecca, who maintains the website, and she keeps it up to date pretty darn good. And it's a nice website.
Is there a way to donate on that website?
Yeah, there's a donate button.
Okay,
There sure is.
And then you could also donate in person at just about every other bike night here at Man O War Harley. You guys are always here getting set up.
And we thank you so much for allowing us to be a part of that. And like I said, we're a nonprofit. Everybody volunteers their time, their fuel, their vehicles. Nobody's compensated for anything. It comes from the heart, and that's the way it should be. So we do fundraisers because flags cost money, and our education program.
Yeah.
We have a very unique presentation that every individual walks away with something as a reminder.
Yeah.
So we have bills. We have to have insurance. We have
Yeah.
there's all these things. So
And
we're a nonprofit.
And then, like I said, you guys are not a motorcycle club,
No,
or and you don't even have to be a service member or a veteran to join. You just
nor
have to
do
be
you
a
have
patriot.
to ride a motorcycle.
Right. You have to be a patriot.
Be a patriot
Yeah.
and believe in the cause.
Yeah.
Which is, these people paid the ultimate sacrifice for my freedom, for me to get on my motorcycle and ride out west and ride up Pikes Peak and see Devil's Tower.
Or down the street and get a big fat cheeseburger.
Amen.
Yeah.
So they deserve to be home, and their family deserves closure. They deserve that honor. So, that's what that flag flying represents. A lot of people are unaware of the prominence of that flag. That flag flies above all other flags save one, and that's the Stars and Stripes. The American flag is the only flag that's allowed to fly above it. And a lot of people think the order is Stars and Stripes, state flag, and then other flags. And that's not true. The POWMIA flag flies above any state flag or any other flag except Stars and Stripes. And that's an interesting story. Michael Hoff was missing in action, and his wife, Mary, is the one who got that flag designed, and through the help, Rolling Thunder was part of pushing the prominence of that flag, getting legislation for it to be where it's supposed to be. Her daughter, Suzanne Hoff, is a friend of our chapter.
Huh.
She actually lives in Kentucky.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. So that's a pretty close connection to that flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, be a patriot. You don't have to ride a motorcycle. You don't have to be a veteran. Like you said, you just have to be a patriot.
Yeah.
And then you can join and be a part of it. And it gives, it gives you more than you give. And I stay pretty busy, but what it does for my soul is incomparable.
You guys have grown in size since I've been here, going close on to 2 years now. You guys have, gained a few members and stuff.
Yeah.
JP's in there now. I know Kenny Isaacs has been there for a while.
Yes. He's our chairman of the board.
Chairman of the board, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, he was actually on one of our episodes, one of our first episodes. He talked about a lot of nice rides and stuff he went on. But, you guys are always growing. You guys are here at almost every bike night. So, if anybody is watching this and thinks that, that Rolling Thunder might be something, come out and talk to these guys. They're here almost every other bike night, if not every bike night.
Yep, absolutely. We welcome. We've actually gained several members through bike night from the exposure.
Yeah.
So, once again, Man O War is in the forefront of being a partner to Rolling Thunder Chapter 5, and we appreciate you guys.
It's always nice working with you guys. It's nice being able to see familiar faces come in here.
Yeah.
It's like our community, our family.
Yes.
You guys are always here. It's nice. But we're probably getting close on time. Keith, is there anything that you want to leave our viewers with? Some life advice, or just a joke, or just anything you want to leave our listeners with before we sign off today?
Well, probably nothing profound, but I've learned in life that you can't sit around and wait. If you want to do something, do it. Make it happen, because if you live to be 100 years old, it's a short time. and it'll go by faster than you realize. And I learned quite a few years ago that I was no longer interested in acquiring things. I want to acquire experiences.
Memories and experiences.
So that when I can no longer do it and I'm sitting in my rocking chair, my head is full of those memories. And if I never get to do another adventure, I have a full life of memories. And that's so much more important than the latest, greatest vehicle or phone or biggest TV. That stuff is so irrelevant.
I don't need $1 million home.
No, just a roof.
Yeah.
A roof over my head and the opportunity and ability to experience, to get out there on that bike and experience the world.
You gonna put another 100,000 on that Softail?
I'm gonna do everything in my power, brother. Everything in my power. I take care of it. And I tell people, if it blows tomorrow, I can't complain.
You'll put another heart in it.
It's it's never given me any trouble. Standard maintenance of wheel bearings and brakes and
the normal wear and tear stuff.
But that twin cam, brother,
it rolls on.
It just keeps rolling. Listen, that's 182,000 miles. Nothing.
Bought right here at Man O War Harley in 2006.
2006. It's an 07 model, and I bought it in 06, and that's the year they had reintroduced the Softail Custom. And I remember I actually called here and was speaking to someone, who knows who it was at that time, and he said, "Man, you need to think about they've reintroduced." So I'm talking to him, and I get on the computer. And I said, I still know what the picture, it looked like it was out in the Badlands, and it was a burgundy colored one. And I said, dude, I got one question. He said, what? I said, does it come in black? He said, black and chrome. I said, you sold one. And I've got the B motor. There was an A and a B.
Okay.
Back then. The A motor is unbalanced and on the rubber bushing, so you get that old school vibration. The B motor is counterbalanced internally.
Yeah.
And my thinking, and I'm no mechanic, my thinking was the smoother those parts,
the longer they're going to last.
The longer it's going to last.
Yeah.
So I took the B motor, and whether that's got anything to do with it or not, I've got over 182,000 miles on it.
182,000 miles.
Yep. Yes. And like I told you, I put a stator in it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Keith, it has been wonderful. It's always great to have you out here, brother. Thank you for stopping by.
I appreciate you having me, brother. This has been fun.
All right, we're out.